Hello, and welcome to Finance Speaks. I'm Kyle Sadler, President of Precept Wealth Management and best-selling author of I'm Retired, Now What? Today is a little twist in the normal video topics that we do. Normally, I present a topic based on an idea that we thought might be of interest. However, we received this question last week and thought it'd be helpful to post a clip because I know many might have this same question or interest in the answer. It's a long question, but I want to read it as I received it. If an employee has a previous 401k with another employer and they have since terminated their employment, now they are working with a governmental entity and want to roll over their 401k to their new 457B, is this allowed and should they roll it over? If so, would you explain the implications of those choices and what you suggest would be the best route for them? Wow, that was a mouthful. There are actually two questions within the one question, but before I get to the answer, let me clarify that there are two different employer-sponsored plan types being discussed, even though the rules are universal. Let's first look at the plan design types. The first plan discussed in this question is a 401k deferred compensation plan, which are traditionally designed for corporations. The second is the 457 deferred compensation plan, which are traditionally for governmental entities. Now that we have covered a foundation of that terminology, here's the answer I sent back to the individual. To answer the first part of the question, yes, money from a 401k can be rolled over into the 457B plan. However, the 401k money contributed and all of the earnings from that money will be segregated via the 457 plan's record-keeping system. The reason is that we have to keep separate the 401k money because of different rules with 457B money. In order for the 401k money to be distributed without IRS penalty, the participant must reach the age of 59 and a half, still employed, or age 55, separated from service. This is unlike 457B distributions that can be taken once an employee is separated from service. I mention this because if the employee is under the age of 45 and is thinking that in 10 years from now that he or she will be taking the entire account balance out, they might want to remember that the total balance of the account statement is not what is completely accessible without the IRS 10% penalty. With all of the accounting differences between 401k and 457B, going on behind the scenes, the employee only sees the combined amount on their account statement. Therefore, their decision making must take into account these accounting differences. This in no way should be a deterrent. Just let them be aware that the rules that apply to the money they roll over. The object is to avoid paying penalties. So the key is understanding that the rules differ from various plan types. Just an aside, and a great rule of thumb to think about if money can be rolled between plans is what is the first number in the plan. If it starts with the number 4, the majority of the time the IRS allows the account type to be rolled over without penalty or a tax trigger. That covered the overview regarding the first part of the question. As for the second part, and moreover, best route, I prefer rolling into an IRA because there are more investment options and flexibility than in the employer-sponsored plan. However, fees can be relative dependent upon the investment type. Therefore, I generally encourage movement to an IRA only after researching the various alternatives. The reason is that cheaper is not always better, and there is no such thing as one-size-fits-all investments. Now, the one key downside is that the age 55 and separated from service distribution option goes away if put in an IRA. However, there are planning methods to get around that hurdle. I would be more than happy to meet with you to discuss this and your situation individually. This was the end of my reply, but anyone is ever looking at rolling over money out of an employer-sponsored plan, they should explore some additional considerations. First, what is the underlying cost of the current plan versus the proposed plan? Next, what are the restrictions for distributions? Example, IRS and or new proposed plan provider, age 55 or 59 and a half, etc. Is the employer, previous or new, or IRA provider absorbing some or all of the plan cost? What about required minimum distributions? They may be required if you leave the assets in an employer-sponsored plan if you continue to work past 70 and a half. I didn't mention this in my response because I knew the client and his occupation, and we have had conversations previously about life expectancy. In his case, working past 70 and a half was not an option. Dependent on state and federal laws, additional creditor protections may be available if it remains in an employer-sponsored plan. Are you allowed access to a large pool of investment choices? Are you able to make investment changes at your discretion and immediately? What type of distribution options are available under current plan versus proposed plan? What is your level of control over the assets and investments? What is your risk tolerance, investment experience, and time horizon? I hope this answers your question today on can you and should you roll over your 401k into a 457B plan. We thank you for watching our program. For additional financial videos that may be important to you and your financial security, please like, subscribe, and share on your socials. Also, don't forget to visit us at www.preceptwm.com for more information and guidance. If you have questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to contact us. I would be more than happy to shoot a video because I know that you are not the only one with that question. For Finance Speaks, I'm Kyle Sadler, headed out until next time. Be blessed and have a magnificent day.